10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Stay tuned for additional updates. I'm meteorologist Derek Height.
CEO Paul Scarin here from Warner Hospital and Health Services in Clinton. Our trained physical therapists offer quality, compassionate care close to home. Find out more by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
When it comes to fire and water restoration, ServPro of Piatt DeWitt counties is the leader in cleaning, restoration, and construction. Find out all the services they provide by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
In the 48th State Senate District, we need to elect a no-nonsense state senator like Doris Turner. Doris will root out bad policy and plant the seeds for a better future. Electing Doris Turner is the smart choice. Doris Turner has delivered needed tax relief. She expanded the biodiesel sales tax exemption, protecting our economy and environment. Doris voted to protect our reliable energy and property rights. Elect Doris Turner as our state senator. Paid for by Illinois Farm Bureau Activator.
Life is uncertain. Stop in and see me, State Farm Agent Jason France, on the west side of the Clinton Square, or click our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com and see how our full lineup of State Farm insurance and financial services can help protect your family.
Local farm broadcaster Jared White covers the local agriculture news you need to know. Hear his reports by downloading the free WHOW mobile app.
The Miller Media Group is making it easy for you to show your support for the many people impacted in Florida by Hurricane Ian. Click the Florida Disaster Fund link on the blue menu bar of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or DeWittDailyNews.com and make your contribution to the Florida Disaster Fund. Many have lost their homes, their personal belongings, and in many cases, their loved ones. It's going to take time to rebuild. Please do whatever you can to support this effort by clicking the Florida Disaster Fund link on the blue menu bar of DeWittDailyNews.com or TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
In the field, it's good to have a friend you can count on. One that's hardworking, trustworthy, and always shows up. Just like LG Seeds. Our corn hybrids and soybean varieties deliver consistent performance across all your acres, giving you reliable yield you can expect. Start this season right with LG Seeds. Talk to your local dealer or visit lgseeds.com for more information.
8 minutes after 8 o'clock is news time on this Tuesday morning. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded local newscast streaming to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. This Friday is the final date to get tickets to the WHOW 75th anniversary celebration, Saturday, November 12th, and one of the benefactors is excited about the opportunity. On the WHOW Morning Show Monday, Cody Monkman, executive director of the Neighborhood Care Center, told Regional Radio this fundraiser could not come at a better time for them.
Honestly, it came at a perfect time. So, this year with just the economics of things have been pretty tough. I know all of our households can say that too. The unfortunate thing is when you're in the nonprofit world, you're kind of on the back end of all those economics since you live off of donations. Mm-hmm. So I'm super thankful that Randy and WHOW thought of us. Couldn't come at a better time. It was unexpected, Seth. Mm-hmm. So we don't have a specific plan other than it will for sure help us with our service platforms and particularly neighborhood market.
According to Monkman, the Neighborhood Care Center receives its funding from contributions from the community. And while some businesses help provide them with funding, most of it comes from individual donors.
With Neighborhood Care Center being a nonprofit, we get all of our donations from the community. So we've got individuals, a lot of individual families that are investing in the mission and vision of the Care Center, mm-hmm. both in DeWitt County and McLean County and Maroa, but also churches. And then businesses. I think, gosh, you're going to challenge me on this one. It's not something that I have memorized in my head, but I think probably about like 20% of our donations come from businesses and mm-hmm. places like WHOW. And then as far as the budget goes, like 2/3 of our budget is for our service platforms, our services. Mm-hmm. We refer to them as platforms just because they're intended to meet people, give opportunities for neighbors to meet neighbors.
Monkman indicates the operating budget of the Neighborhood Care Center for this year will be a bit short of $150,000. Tickets for the WHOW 75th Anniversary Gala will end this Friday, November 4th at 5 p.m. You can get tickets at the Clinton High School office. Tickets are $50 a piece. A table of 8 is $360. The event takes place at the Clinton Country Club with social hour at 5:30, dinner at 6:30, and the WHOW morning show, WHW special video at 7:30. As we get into November, the winter outlooks are a toss-up right now for temperatures, but a wet pattern is setting up. Mike Albano from the National Weather Service in Lincoln indicates December, January, and February are showing equal chances of above or below normal temperatures, but thanks to La Nina, it will be a wet winter.
So NOAA released their official winter outlook last Thursday, October 20th. They do it the third Thursday in October every year is when we kind of publish our winter outlook. And for central Illinois, nothing earth-shattering, but we are expecting temperatures to be right around normal or equal chances of above or below normal. So maybe a coin flip on temperatures. Jury's still out on that one. We're actually expecting wetter than normal conditions for December, January, February. So much of the winter. We're in La Nina right now. Typically, the jet stream will dance all around the U.S. in very erratic fashion. We'll probably be due for a good smash of snow or two again. But yes, trends look like that will probably not come until perhaps January, February again.
Mm-hmm. Data is telling Albano it is likely we will eclipse the roughly 15-inch snowfall average for the winter, as that's something that has happened in central Illinois frequently over the last decade.
I was just kind of digging through some of the last 10 years of snowfall data across central Illinois. I know for Clinton specifically, the average snowfall there is 15 inches for a winter. And going back to 2013, 8 out of the last 10 winters, we have eclipsed that 15 inches. I'm seeing 2022. So this past winter, we had 22 and a half inches of snow. In 2021, we had 25.8 inches of snow in Clinton. That's crushing what is typically normal. You have to go back to the winter of 2017 was the last time we actually had below normal snowfall. But 8 out of the last 10 winters, we've been well above normal snowfall. We'll see if we'll continue that again this winter.
According to Albano, November is also shaping up to be wet and maybe a bit warmer than normal.
Yeah, November, we look to get off to a very mild start of the month. Temperatures will be running a little bit above normal. So I think afternoon temperatures in the low 60s, overnight lows and low to mid 40s, quite palatable for this time of year. I think status quo right through the middle to end of November. We're expecting above normal temperatures. And actually, we may be trending a little bit on the cooler side, or rather wetter side. So a little warmer than what's typically normal around here for November, and then a little wetter. We may have a few systems come through in November that could give us some rainfall.
Starting November will be dry after a wet finish to October. Harvest season continues across the state as we hear in the weekly crop report. Despite above average rainfall this past week, there were nearly 5 days suitable for field work, says statistician Mark Schleusner. That included the corn harvest.
For corn in Illinois, 97% of acres have matured. That compares to 100% 1 year ago and 99% for the 5-year average. 78% of corn acres have been harvested compared to 81% last year and 77% normally.
89% of soybeans have been harvested ahead of the 5-year average.
For soybeans, 89% of acres have been harvested compared to 74% last year and 83% normally. Winter wheat planting reached 80% finished compared to 70% 1 year ago and 79% normally. 26% of acres have emerged compared to 58% normally.
80% of winter wheat has been planted, 26% has emerged, 35% of the wheat crop is rated in good to excellent condition. Average statewide topsoil moisture increased to 13% very short, 26% short, and 61% adequate. The Illinois Student Assistance Commission says help is available for families struggling to fill out college applications and financial aid forms. Students and families can meet for one-on-one counseling with specialty-trained recent grads, and there's also a free text messaging service where you can submit your questions. ISAC spokesperson Lynn Baker says the best place to start is online at studentportal.isac.org. There you'll find locations of workshops, online tools, helpful videos, and other resources. Again, the website is studentportal.isac.org. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Coming up on 7:30, Look at Local Sports is next. Before we get to the network, a recap of the Clinton High School football season with Coach Ron Bass in that report.
Now that the weather is turning colder, who's needing a new coat? At Love It Once More Thrift Store in Clinton, we have all our coats on sale this month for 20% off. This is Connie encouraging you to shop early for the best selection and to check out our Facebook page or DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Ryan Utterback at Utterback Real Estate, and we've got you covered.
It's finally time for pumpkin spice and coveralls.
No, I mean covering all of our buyers and sellers' needs.
Like pumpkin spice coffee and caramel covered apples.
And that's why you're the other Ryan.
Get covered by clicking the Utterback Real Estate icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
The year was 1946. A group of Clinton area residents decided it was time for the DeWitt County seat to have its own radio station. After over a year of work, WHOW, the Big 1520, signed on August 2nd, 1947. WHOW has provided 75 years of service to Clinton, DeWitt County, and Central Illinois ever since. And since it's the station's 75th anniversary, it wants to celebrate. We're inviting you to our WHOW 75th anniversary banquet taking place Saturday, November 12th at the Clinton Country Club. We're footing the bill for everything: the venue, entertainment, food, everything. And we'll debut the showing of the WHOW 75th anniversary video. Social hour starts at 5:30, dinners at 6:30, and the debut of our WHOW 75th anniversary video at 7:30 that night. The evening includes entertainment by country singer Gracia Harrison and a delicious plated pork chop meal with all the trimmings. There'll even be a special WHOW 75th anniversary cake to enjoy. This special night will be a fundraiser with all proceeds going to the Neighborhood Care Center No Fee Grocery and the Clinton High School Student Activity Fund. Tickets are $50 each or buy a table of 8 for $360. Tickets can be purchased at the Clinton High School office during school day business hours. Help WHOW raise money for these two special causes and watch the debut of the WHOW 75th anniversary video Saturday, November 12th at the Clinton Country Club. Get your tickets now.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4 lease with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. Improvement in the physical strength of the team, better turnout for summer workouts, and going from 1 win to 4 is just a few of the highlights of a season of marked improvement from the Clinton Maroons High School varsity football team this past season. Second-year coach Ron Bass says his team's Week 9 victory over Sullivan to overcome adversity, play hard, and win the game is what winning football programs do.
I kept saying on the sideline, it's like we just keep making things interesting, don't we? You know, especially there at the end. And so, but no, I can't say enough about our kids and their perseverance and their effort. They're jacked. They're super excited. I'm super excited. I really didn't have the words to explain to them how I felt. I mean, because it's just, there's something about playing as hard as they did and then end the game victorious and just being exhausted. So I think that's an awesome feeling. I went from, man, I feel good, and then right at halftime, I mismanaged the clock, and so then they get the score. So now I'm like, oh man, got talking to my OC. I'm like, next time we gotta make sure we're running the ball instead of throwing the ball. It's just so. But again, our kids overcame. So proud of them.
Coach Bass felt his team had a chance to be a playoff team this year, but quadrupling its win total, he wants to see the kids use the momentum of the last third of the year and have a great offseason.
It kind of fits what I envisioned the plan. Now, I felt like coming into the season, I thought we could be a playoff team, and it looks like we could have been. Without the injuries. Yeah, that was the plan, to win more games. So we tripled, quadrupled, whatever it was for our wins, and then go springboard us into the off season. And I told the kids after the game, I said, springboard this off season. Let's have a great off season, and then let's go make history next year. And so the first step is making the playoffs. So next year, that's it's going to be the goal. Make the playoffs, have the opportunity to make history with the first playoff win in Clinton history.
The Maroons will kick off the 2023 football season hosting Eureka. Then in week 2, they'll host Coach Bass's former team, Tri-Valley, where he was their defensive coordinator for many years. Carl Grunstrom scored 2 goals in Los Angeles' 4-goal second period, and the LA Kings beat the St. Louis Blues 5-1 Monday night. Gabriel Velarde, Anze Kopitar, and Arthur Kaliev scored for LA, who have won 3 of 4. Jonathan Quick stopped 27 shots. Alex Torachenko scored for St. Louis, who has lost 5 straight in regulation for the first time since Craig Berube took over as coach in the 18-19 season. It's also the Blues' worst skid since an 0-6-1 stretch from March 22nd to April 5th of 2021. Jordan Bennington started for St. Louis, but was pulled midway through the second period after giving up 5 goals on 19 shots. Thomas Grease came on and stopped all 11 shots he faced. Opponents have now outscored the Blues 25-8 in this losing streak. They will host the Islanders on Thursday night. The previous time the Green Bay Packers lost 4 straight games, they followed it up with a remarkable run that that ended just one step shy of the Super Bowl. These bruised and battered Packers, though, have not offered much evidence they're capable of a similar turnaround. The 3-5 Packers are 2 games below 500 for the first time in Coach Matt LaFleur's 4-year tenure after falling 27-17 at Buffalo Sunday night. The offense is not showing enough balance, and the defense isn't getting enough stops. Green Bay's recent results suggest they actually might not have enough firepower to repeat the 2016 surge. That's the year when a 4-game skid dropped the Packers to 4-6. But they responded, winning 8 straight games before losing in the NFC Championship game to the Atlanta Falcons. The Packers have some major holes general manager Brian Gutekunst could try to address before today's trade deadline. The Packers knew their receiving unit would be a major concern heading into the season following the trade of 2-time All-Pro Devontae Adams to Las Vegas. But injuries have made the situation even more dire. Rookie second-round pick Christian Watson returned after missing 2 games with a hamstring injury, only to leave with a concussion in the first quarter. The Packers also were missing Alan Lazard and Randall Cobb. Cobb is on injured reserve and will miss at least 2 more games. The Packers, Green Bay is scoring just 18.1 points per game to rank 26th of the 32 teams. The injuries in the receiving corps have left Sammy Watkins, Amari Rogers, and rookies Romeo Dubes and Samori Torre as Green Bay's only available wideouts. Packers could deal with their issues on offense more easily if their defense was living up to its preseason billing, but that just has not happened. The Green Bay ranks 29th in yards rushing allowed per game and 25th in yards allowed per carry, while the Packers have given up the second fewest passing yards per game of any team in the NFL. Quality receivers such as Buffalo's Stephon Diggs and Washington's Terry McLaurin have thrived against the secondary. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers believes Green Bay's defense needs a little more assistance from its offense. The Packers ran for a season-high 208 yards against Buffalo, a team that had been allowing the fewest rushing yards per game of any team before Sunday. The Packers will try to avoid their first 5-game losing streak since 2008 as they close out a 3-game road swing at Detroit. The Lions have lost 5 straight. The Baltimore Ravens are trading for Bears two-time All-Pro linebacker Roquan Smith. CBS Sports insider Jonathan Jones and Josina Anderson have confirmed the Bears will receive second and fifth round picks along with linebacker A.J. Klein in return. Smith is the second high-profile defender dealt by the Bears in the last week, just ahead of today's 3 o'clock Central Time trade deadline. The Bears, traded edge rusher Robert Quinn last week to the Philadelphia Eagles. Smith was the 8th overall pick of the 2018 NFL Draft, recording 83 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 2 interceptions this season. Through 4+ seasons, the Georgia product has missed just 4 games, and the former SEC Defensive Player of the Year has been a playmaker since arriving in the league, amassing over 600 tackles, 16.5 sacks, a forced fumble, 7 interceptions, and a touchdown. The 25-year-old, though, is in the final year of his rookie contract and is slated to become an unrestricted free agent after the season. Spotrac.com projects an average annual salary of $17.6 million for Smith, which would be the second highest among active off-ball linebackers, a steep price for the position. When a question about the state of the contract negotiations during the preseason, first-year GM Ryan Poles said the following, that that Roquan Smith was a good football player. Baltimore is atop the AFC North standings, with a 5-3 record. Smith joins a linebacking group that will include first-round selection Patrick Queen, as well as Josh Bynes, A.J. Klein, and Malik Harrison. Get sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
A sports injury takes the fun out of sports any time of year. Hi, I'm Paul Scarron, CEO of Warner Hospital and Health Services in Clinton. All of our PT folks are trained in lots of specialties, just like a bigger facility, to get you back in the game from a sports injury, or if you're in need of any other physical therapy your doctor prescribes. We offer quality, compassionate care close to home, so don't go out of town. Come see us at the Warner Hospital and Health Services Physical Therapy Department, and we'll get you back in the game.
Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are bred to win. These 19 varieties have strong agronomics within high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans for superior performance all season long. Gold Series soybeans also out-yielded Asgrow brand soybeans by an average of 1 bushel per acre in 5,542 comparisons. Grow gold at goldenharvestseeds.com/gold-series.
This is Noah Atkinson, owner of Lincoln Printers and Sign Designs in Lincoln. Our communities thrive thanks to small businesses. That's why I'm pleased to be the exclusive sponsor of the WHOW WEZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month.
CMP Custom Printing in Clinton are personalization professionals at your service, creating custom gifts, team gear, including Clinton Maroon apparel, and specialty items. See the hundreds of items they offer by going online to cpcustomprinting.com. They'll receive a $200 gift certificate good at Lincoln Printers and Sign Designs for being our WHOW WEZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month. Nominate a business you'd like featured by emailing us at whow@randyradio.com.
Lincoln Printers and Sign Designs salute this local business for helping make the community grow. And when it comes to envelopes, wedding invitations, signs, banners, vinyl wraps, and more, find us online at lincolnprintersinc.com.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. 3 children among the 14 people injured in last night's drive-by shooting in Chicago. Police Superintendent David Brown says while there are no suspects in custody, there are leads in the form of video of the attack. The man accused of attacking the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is due in court later today for arraignment in San Francisco. UN nuclear experts are inspecting a couple of sites in Ukraine, places where Russia claims Ukrainians have been putting together radioactive explosives, an accusation that Ukraine and the West deny. Accusing them of war profiteering, President Biden threatens the